Hey guys, it's Victoria again. Welcome or welcome back. So let's jump into your reading because I already have like a bunch of stuff for you guys. Someone here could be dealing with vertigo, or there is a lot of I don't know, maybe things are going in like a circular motion, because I keep just like getting some type of the image of like oscillation, or like something spinning, or something like vibrations is coming heavy with your guys' reading. And I ended up Googling because I was like, what exactly, because like we all kind of know like what we know what vibrations are, but I wanted to like dig a little deeper. How it affects us, how vibrations affect us physically, right? Like what does it do to our bodies? And pretty much when looking over, there was this one article where it was talking about like structures and how buildings can be affected by the vibrations going on around, right? If something's vibrating, and especially if there's people inside. So it says when a structure or human being is subject to cyclic force whose frequency is equal or nearly equal to their own natural frequency, they start presenting a very important phenomenon in engineering called resonance. So, and someone here could be like in engineering or like STEM. Okay, woman in STEM. Sorry, this is just like all over the place right now because there's just like so much that was coming in for you guys. Because I was really just going off of like when I first was feeling like vibrations, seeing vibrations. To me, I'm thinking like, oh, okay, so we got to talk about like higher vibrations, lower vibrations. And maybe that's what it's symbolizing, is like something could be something that had good structure before might be experiencing some type of like, there might be some type of cycle that's reoccurring in a situation. And if you are bringing a stop to this cycle, or if you are like your actions, something about your actions, because cause and effect here, about stopping a structure from crumbling, or maybe you're allowing this structure to fall, you know. It's going to be different for each of you, right? And also I got reap what you sow. When I first wrote it though, I wrote it as SEW, and then immediately was like, oh, that's sewing. So corrected it, put a button, but then I was like, well, what does that mean? Are you trying to stitch something up? Are you trying to fix something, right? Or is someone in your energy trying to fix something, right? I just feel like there is some type of consequence that is being had here by an action, right? I mean, it's basically what we do every single day, humans. You know, we make actions in the present that affect the future, not just for ourselves, but it impacts other people. And I did write that cause and effect, what you do, the decisions you make have an impact on your life. And I did write as well as others, but I immediately crossed it out because I feel like this is, for a lot of you, this could be having to do with you, like a decision that you made that has had an impact on your life. And does that need to be, you know, good or bad? It just is, you know, you for your situation are going to know, but someone here is reaping what they sow. I also got, like with a needle prick, someone could be dealing with I don't know if you've been cut before, or you're dealing with someone who has like very shitty behavior. There could be also someone trying to needle information out of you. Or trying to bypass something, or trying to slip through something with you. Someone could be trying to get away with something, or not face the consequences of something, right? Maybe a decision that you made really impacted someone, or if it does impact you, it also impacts someone around you as well. But what a needle does with the thread, right? It creates a passage in the material for the thread to move through. So you could have been helping someone move through a type of situation. You could have been assisting them through a situation, or someone could have been assisting you. And I did write unreliable. So it could have been someone unreliable. You could have been around someone that was just not... I don't want to focus too much on this energy because I do want to focus on you guys. I know the last reading, there was an energy around you guys that just wasn't, for you. But I don't really want to focus on that. I want to focus on what the message is that Spirit wants to get to you for this. But maybe there is something here about a phenomenon, or just, again, I don't know why I just keep seeing like a spinning fan, like oscillation or something moving. Hold on, let me... I don't know why, I'm just like something moving. Maybe someone here had like whiplash or something, or experienced some type of whiplash. Or maybe someone here recently got in an accident. Maybe there was some type of natural disaster that kind of shook things up. Or there could have been a situation that revealed a truth about someone around you, and you had to make a conscious decision on how to go about that so that your future... Because I just feel very heavily that there's something about your future right now. Proverb, reap what you sow, is a proverb that states future consequences are inevitably shaped by present actions. So something about the present right now. I don't know what is going on in your present, but someone here could be holding grudges. I did write forgive yourself. There may be some type of situation where you don't want to forgive someone, or you've been pressured to forgive someone, or you just haven't reached a point yet in your life where you've forgiven yourself over something, which can be hard to do because that does require us to acknowledge certain things that have happened, right? Certain things that we've done, certain things that maybe have been done to you, but you carried certain emotions or I don't know, you held on to something because of that. But, and maybe this is like a disruption in your life because it's like something you have to do, but there's also a part of you that doesn't really want to believe it or accept it. But you know that this is what is right for you. You know that this is the healthiest option for you. You know this is just overall going to impact your life in a much more positive way. You could be dealing with fatigue, headaches, stomach problems, because vibrations do affect our body, right? Like, I know for me sometimes, and this could be like my own shit, but sometimes like when you hear people say high vibrational, low vibrational, this could literally just be a me thing. But sometimes like I need to like search a little bit more and be like, okay, but how does it work? Like I want to dissect it. You know what I mean? Like, how do vibrations affect the body? How are we... and again, I just see like an outlet. I don't know why I'm seeing like an outlet cord, like a cord plugging into an outlet. So if this is talking about like us being plugged into something or you being plugged into something, yeah, I'm seeing like an on-set type of thing. So maybe you work with like cameras, or you work in like local television. Maybe someone here is like a reporter. Someone here could like work like on a news station for like the weather or something like that. Yeah, because I'm seeing Robin from How I Met Your Mother, and I'm pretty sure she was like a news anchor or something like that. You could be a news anchor, or this is just you are someone who is very informative. You are someone that people get their news from. You're someone that people get a lot of information from. You're someone that is, you could be dealing with someone who works in construction, or you work in construction. Or something to do with homes, like realtor or architecture or designer. But I'm just seeing like a lot of structures, like buildings. I don't know what this is. Like maybe someone here could be moving to a city. Someone here could be moving. I'm hearing infrastructure. Or if you're moving, make sure you're staying on top of like the paperwork, the codings, the infrastructure. Because I'm seeing something about like violations, especially if something's like under construction or you see like certain cracks or bolts. But also we have here, there was a quote that I saw on PubMed Central, which is a National Library of Medicine, and there was a quote. It says, "All life exists within a sea of vibration. Rhythm is fundamental to all of life." So you're raising your vibration. You're coming out of some type of like cyclical situation, or this could literally be explaining that you've broken a generational cycle. There could have been something that happened in your family for generations. You could be the first one to break a specific habit. Maybe you are the first one to, if there was like a cycle of alcoholism, maybe you're breaking the cycle of drinking, right? You could be breaking the cycle of, parents who don't end up staying for their kids. There could be something along those lines. Or just even the way that, you raise your children. There's something like that, right? And that could be like how, if it impacts you, it's going to impact your children as well. So some of you do have children. For those of you who don't have children, though, this feels more of a psychological type thing. Like a mental battle. There could have been something here. Maybe you're someone who finally went to like seek help for something, right? Like if there's some type of like a medical condition or a mental health condition, you could have been the first one that's like diagnosed, right? Or there could have been something here where you're the first one to get a college degree. It's something like that. But I do feel, or like you could literally be someone who has stepped out of the religion that has been keeping family or generations, kind of in a specific mindset as well. So you could have been the first one to walk away from that life. You could have been the first one to walk away from certain, like I said, addictions, choices. Yeah, your choices right now are critical. Maybe that's how you feel as well. Like this could have been something that was very high stakes, I'm hearing. Especially if this is like in regards to your health. Like, of course, your health is like high stakes because you want to, you want to be healthy and stuff. Some of you could have been accused of talking too much or being overconfident. 5 is a significant number here. Mercury. A lot of Mercury energy. 2 could be a significant number here. 15 could be a significant number here. Where's my pen? Hold on. Oh my God, look at this pen my coworker gave me. I love it. Let's pull some cards though. Actually, I lied. Let's go over the ones that I already have for you. So when doing this, we have you cast a spell with your existence. Magic flows brightly and radiantly within you. And the way that she has a little wand here, there is, again, just what you're doing right now is like spell casting. I don't know how to explain it, but it's so powerful and so impactful what you're doing. It's, like I said, it's affecting those around you. And people can see that. People can see, you might even have like a specific aura or just this feel around you. I don't know if you've ever been around certain people where you're just around them and there's almost this like tangible energy that you get from them. Like you just feel there's something about them, something powerful, something like you can tell that they are connected to the divine. I don't know if you guys have felt that, but I've definitely been around certain people where I'm just like, oh wow, they have like a really good energy about them. Like you really want to be around them. You want to hear what they have to say. You just know that they are someone who is very genuine and truthful. And for me, there could definitely be something here. Like for me, I feel like you guys are maybe even opening up more about who you are. Maybe in forgiving yourself for certain things. You're no longer, persecuting yourself for something. Or persecuting others, right? If you held grudges before, violent swaying. I forgot I wrote that too. Violent swaying. Something really knocked you off something. Like, I don't know what this is. Like, something really... Maybe you guys got humbled recently. And I'm not talking in, like, a maybe spiritual sense. I don't know. But I feel like there was something here that happened that really shook you up. But when it came down to what you had to do, I feel like that was I feel like spirit was definitely like watching what your decision would be. Are you ready for the next step? Are you ready to continue down on the path that you're on right now? Because you guys, again, got follow the path of your soul. This card comes out so often. You're definitely being led right now. It says, do not allow anyone or anything to stop you. Magic flows brightly and radiantly within you. I do feel, and even here, sovereignty. You could have been seeing a lot of crows or ravens. I'm sure before this reading is over, you may or may not hear crows. They come pretty frequently in my yard. It's so sad though. A couple of them have avian pox. So I was like Googling, trying to see like how I can help, if any way, but I guess a lot of the times it goes away on its own. I have to look a little bit more into it, but cleaning, the bird feeder, cleaning the water sources I have around here. Maybe you need to like clean some areas. If you have like a bird feeder or a hummingbird feeder, you could be needing to change out the sweet water or whatever in the hummingbird feeder, the nectar in the feeder. Maybe you need to clean that out because you should be cleaning that out. I believe it's like every 5 days. 5 to 7 days. I could be wrong, but you're wanting to clean that pretty frequently. Like that is, or, it could pose health complications, maybe even death to hummingbirds if not taken care of properly. So there could be something about if you are someone who is outdoors or, give certain offerings in nature, just make sure that what you're giving is safe for the animals. Especially if you're trying to connect with certain deities. But we have here 21, the Morgan, sovereignty. So I actually want to read from the booklet on that one. So, hold on. I could have swore I had, okay, yeah, here it is. My bad. Sorry, I try to be all prepared and stuff, but sometimes I forget. Okay. The Morgan, sovereignty. So it says, what was a time of seeming misfortune in my past that, in hindsight, led me to develop greater self-respect and personal sovereignty? Ooh, okay. The Morgan reminds you that life will never be without challenges. Hardships and boundaries and death are inevitable. And while it may be difficult to see when you are in the moment, they all carry value. You guys could have had a death to deal with. You could have had to, and I say that, the wording of that sounded wrong. I'm sorry. Not a death to deal with. Not like you're dealing with death right now. But like this more feels like maybe you could have made an offering to death, or there could have been something if you did have a family member, or you had a friend or an acquaintance even pass recently. There could have, or even like a landlord or something like that. Maybe that's what I'm seeing, like a lot of structure falling apart. Maybe like a landlord passed away. Maybe, or again, maybe it could be more symbolic, like a death to something, an ending, but like an abrupt ending. I feel like once you put an end to that cycle, it's like you locked the door and threw away the key. It says hardships, boundaries, and death are inevitable. And while it may be difficult to see when you are in the moment, they all carry value. It is easy to believe in our personal power and autonomy when the wheel turns in our favor. The wheel, something about a wheel turning. The wheel turning in your favor. It is easy to believe in our personal power and autonomy when the wheel turns in our favor. Oh, how are you behaving when things aren't perfect? How are you going about your decision making when maybe the things that you have been expecting are no longer happening? If there's a bump in the road, right? Maybe there's, again, a structure crumbling. Maybe something needed, like a tower moment. Maybe something needed to happen. It says, the Morgan asked you to stand firmly in your sovereignty, taking full dominion over your body, mind, heart, and soul. She wants you to develop willpower, grit, integrity, and self-respect. Yeah, the integrity, and that's important too. Let me write that down. Integrity. Self-respect. What do you allow in your life? You know, what do you what do you allow in your life? Maybe this is like a F around and find out season for you. I don't know. Or like for the people around you. Maybe before you used to give a lot of like passes for people, or, you know, if there was cracks or loose bolts, if something was kind of crumbling, maybe you tried to go in and fix it. I'm seeing like Bob the Builder, okay? Like the dad from Haunting of Hill House, where he's like, I can fix this. I can fix this. Maybe it's like you always wanted to fix something. But when seeing something for how it is, or seeing someone for how they are, you can only, like it, I feel like we've touched about this on multiple videos, where it's like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, right? So this could be another situation. And those are lessons that we'll have to learn throughout life, right? But this is more of a, like, it's like I've dealt with this before. You know, I've already done this dance before, and I feel like now Spirit is really seeing the decisions that you're making, seeing if you're ready for something. Yeah, you could be undergoing some like spiritual tests right now, and that's not to diminish or belittle any of the things that you are going through, especially if they're like very severe, especially if they are really shaking up your life. Because some of you guys might even be in a limbo here with like housing. Like if a landlord died, it's like immediately having to go from one, like there could have been like couch hopping, right? You could have been having to go to certain people's home, staying over, like you didn't have a place to stay, or you could have been staying in a van or an RV or something like that. It doesn't have to be, but that could be more like symbolic, like you're just not in a place that feels like home, or not in a place. Yeah, I'm hearing Aurora in that song where she's like, take me home. And I kept running for a soft place to fall. And I kept running for a soft place to fall. So you could have been someone that you just feel like you've constantly been on the run. Like there's not really been a time for rest. It's like, when is this going, maybe that's the cyclical too. Like, when is this gonna end? When is this Ferris wheel gonna stop? Like, when is this merry-go-round gonna stop? When can I get off this ride? Is the feeling. Because like, again, it could be like a very big struggle. The decisions you have to make to get out of this situation, or out of this like cyclical situation or behavior or pattern, whatever it is, could be very, very difficult. Okay, this could be a very big test. This could even be one of the biggest challenges that you have had to deal with in your life, or that you are currently that you're currently facing. But again, I do feel like there's something within you that, because I just keep seeing impactful, but you're the essence of who you are. The decisions that you make in themselves can be spell work. I don't know how other way to phrase that, but as it says, you cast a spell with your existence. Like, your decision making, the way that you move about your life, the way you move about your situation, is in itself very spiritual, if that makes sense. Hopefully this is freaking resonating, guys. Oh my gosh. But let's see. Let's continue. Sorry. She wants you to develop willpower, grit, integrity, and self-respect. Qualities that never come freely or easily, and are only born from overcoming struggle and strife. Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, I don't really like to say, I don't really like believing that to be happy, you know, you have to go through struggle. Not everyone has to go through struggle to live a fulfilling life, or to understand or learn certain lessons. And maybe certain lessons are not meant to be learned by people in this lifetime, right? Like, everyone has their own specific journey that they're dealing with, and everyone is going to have their own demons to fight, their own challenges, their own mountains to climb. But for you specifically, this is like very much feeling like a cyclical ending, to like an ending to something very cyclical. But you yourself in this lifetime, in this journey, you have had to deal with struggle. You have had to overcome. You've had to really push through strife. Really had, like, you're someone that has had to climb the mountain without any equipment, right? It's almost like you didn't have something to fall back on. You didn't have a safety net, you know? And so it was only by your grit and willpower that you're able to climb out of a situation. I'm seeing I don't know if you guys have seen that movie Damsel with the Millie Bobby Brown. There's a scene where she's like climbing out of like a dungeon, but she has to use like her crown to help her like lift herself out, because she's like climbing on crystals, and she has to like use so much of her strength in this dangerous situation as she's getting chased by, I think it's in that scene she was getting chased by a dragon. Sorry if that spoils the movie, but there's more aspects to it. But she basically is climbing using all of her strength, all of her willpower. Like, I think she's even like bleeding. She's sweat. Like, she's going through the struggle of pulling herself, getting herself out of this hole that she ended up falling in, like she ended up being put into. But again, with that movie as well, like, she agreed to marry a prince that she didn't know for her people. So you could have definitely made a lot of huge sacrifices in the past, and they led you to getting burned. They led you to getting betrayed. They led you to people not caring if you fell to your freaking death. You know, like there are people that really did not care for your health, your safety, your just you as a person. They just really didn't care. But you held this type of love and spirit. You know how like when a dog, and listen, please do not think I'm comparing you or us or anything to a dog, your situation to a dog, but I'm just using this as an example for like the love that you have. You know, like when like dogs, or even, well, it's more likely with dogs, but with dogs, they can go through so much torment. You know, you've seen things where, or maybe there's even like those dogs that have lived their life in a cage entirely. They don't know what grass felt like on their paws. They don't know the loving touch of a human. Like they don't know, not even just a human, but they don't know like a loving touch at all. You know, they never got a loving touch, but these dogs or these animals will get rescued, and you just see their personalities come to life once the environment changes, once they feel safe. Right? Their personalities come out, and you start to see them blossom and grow because they are getting the love that they deserve, the attention that they needed. And that could have been, you could have been in some type of cage or some type of environment that really kept you in a very dark place. And now that you're out of that, now that you've pulled yourself out of that, you have a much bigger clarity. And I think that the love that you have is so big. Like you still, there was not parts of you, like you didn't compromise parts of your heart or your personality. You know, there's still, what I'm hearing is, and I'm trying not to come off as insensitive, but sometimes, you know how you hear people say like, oh, they're a hopeless case. Oh, they're a hopeless case. I don't believe that. I truly believe like anyone is deserving of help, but that's just me, and maybe that's a little bit naive, but let's not get into that. But this to me, it feels like you are someone that, despite all the stuff that's gone down, your personality, your heart, your character, you stayed true to who you are. And you're not letting, you know, past situations make you or leave you. I shouldn't say make you, because again, we are impacted by the stuff that happens in the past, right? You don't let certain things, you've forgiven yourself. You don't let certain things shape or mold your life now. You make the decisions here. You are able to assess the things around you, and you're able to assess things now in a sense of what you want going forward. You now have the tools and the ability to think for yourself and be like, maybe even speak for yourself. Maybe that was the issue before, is like you felt it, but you had a problem verbalizing it. So yeah, it says the Morrigan, translating to Phantom Queen or Great Queen in Old Irish, is the Celtic warrior goddess of death, war, prophecy, and sovereignty. She is a dark goddess who embodies the feared yet natural and evident facets of nature. The Morrigan sisters, Bod, Matcha, and it's these ones. I can't pronounce, I'm so sorry. Were members of the Tuatha De Danann, a mystical godlike race that ruled over Ireland for thousands of years. The Phantom Queen rarely fought physically with weapons, but rather prophesied, incited, and empowered the I'm so sorry. throughout their many battles against invaders. So yeah, you could have people that are trying to invade your space. You could have people that are trying to push boundaries or push the limit to see what they can get away with now. Maybe that you've kind of tightened up your circles around you. Now it's almost like a little kid where it's like, you know, they'll have certain tests, or even like partners in relationship, abusive partners in relationship. They'll test the waters to see what they can get away with. What are you going to speak up about? Are you going to let this fly? Is this something that they can get away with? Do you give the green flag for them to do it again in the future? Right? Like it's that type of thing. Symbolism. It says a fearsome shape-shifting harbinger of death who often takes the form of a raven or hooded crow. The Morrigan is a symbol of sovereignty, while the sovereignty or Flatheus in Old Irish that she is traditionally associated with relates to the divine right of kings to rule over the people. Personal sovereignty, now associated with the right to rule over ourselves, is something many of us seek. Though the meaning of the word has changed over time, the Morrigan still incites us to battle our inner demons, oppression, and anything that threatens our own personal sovereignty. Yeah, so you really had to fight a lot of inner demons. I feel like a lot of the struggles and a lot of you, this could definitely, like I said, this could be a lot of like mental health struggles too. You could have been in a family where they just didn't want to acknowledge or didn't want to go to the doctor. You know, they don't believe in medicine. They don't believe in talking to psychiatrists, psychologists, whatever it may be. They don't believe in that type of thing, which could have been the case. It doesn't have to be for all of you, but, and maybe even bringing up that there's some type of, you know, medical situation in your family has caused people in the family who are in denial or who refuse to see certain aspects of themselves or who don't want to take accountability for certain things that they have or haven't done. This could be something where you bringing it to light or you bringing it forward has caused issues, caused more strife, could cause like the crumbling of structures, right? That could be something tied in with that. But final messages here, Holy Spirit, what's some final messages? Which one do I want to do? Which one do I want to do? Oh my gosh, at the bottom, Peacock Self-Love says you will find great power in focusing on the positive aspects of yourself, that which make you indefinably unique and beautiful. There are deep wells of untapped inner power in letting go of negative self-talk. So yeah, going back to the overconfident, you might have people saying that you're like peacocking, maybe they feel like you're overconfident, you're making too much, like you're trying to have too much attention on you. I mean, when a peacock does like bloom his feathers out, right, it is to get the attention of a partner. So there could be people who are talking that you're trying to get attention for something. You guys got new beginnings again. Or now it's like, now that you're speaking up, people are like trying to be like, oh, they're trying to play some type of, I don't know. This is giving me like, people around you are not happy that you're talking. Good news again. You guys got that in the last one. Cycle. What did I say? You guys are in a cycle. There's something cyclical here. Hummingbirds. Hummingbirds could be significant to you guys. You could be seeing a lot of hummingbirds, or again, like you might need to clean out your hummingbird feeder. You maybe there's, yeah, clean out your hummingbird feeder, because I think avian pox is kind of going around. So that could be something. You could be seeing hummingbird as a symbol for a past loved one, someone who has passed over. There could be something going on in the full moon here. The next full moon. But it says here, you may soon receive an important but very unexpected gift. You guys got this in the last one. Same thing, same energy. You guys might have not received it yet, but it's coming in. So stay in that energy of receiving. Sorry, I was thinking of like acceptance, but receiving. Accept this with deep respect. Someone has sacrificed a lot to help you open doors and grow. A lot of things will change for the better. Kangaroo cycle. Maybe you have like a paternal figure watching after you in the afterlife, because also with kangaroos, like I'm thinking about the mother who has like the baby. I'm thinking of literally like Kanga and Roo from Winnie the Pooh. It says a 9-month cycle is at play. Your current project will take 9 months to mature and benefit you. Commit fully to it. You have all the strength and stamina you need as long as you move forward and not backward. And then it says here, it is time for you to pursue your dreams with determination. By doing this, you will make them a reality. Joy is just around the corner, but you have to believe that it's possible to manifest your vision. Stop waiting and doubting. So you could be dealing with a little bit of doubt, right? Maybe, yeah, I mean, you literally have the 10 of Swords coming out here. There could have been a lot of heartbreak and betrayal that you had to deal with in this closing cycle. There could have been, King of Cups. Could have been a Pisces, Scorpio. or Cancer. It doesn't have to be, or you could be Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Maybe you guys are just getting like a lot of bird messages. There was a hawk in my yard today, and they were in that tree for like 20 minutes, you guys, which was pretty long. I was waiting for him to fly, and the crows were kind of just chilling there, which was weird because a lot of times they're like territorial and they don't like to be around the same space. So, oh wow. Three of Cups and the Empress. Yeah, you had to learn quite a bit. Oh my gosh. You kind of, I don't want to say like you were on top of a situation, but that could be how someone feels, like you came out on top over something. Like you won some type of situation, but I don't think that's how you view this. I think you don't view it in like a win-lose situation or a 1v1 situation. You took this as a lesson. You were like, okay, I'm not repeating that again. Because you're more aware, like you're very intelligent. You're emotionally intelligent. You're able to put the pieces together around you. Like I said, you're able to assess certain things around you, and you're able to assess your own emotions. You're able to really dig down into your own emotions, into your psyche. You know, you may be someone who meditates very deeply or meditates a lot. But you see that shark in the back as well. You could have gotten rid of the people, the sharks, the pricks, the people who were trying to string you along or who were trying to use you in a way that could benefit them. Because now with the Three of Cups here, they each have their own cup. You know, you're no longer giving your cup to someone else. It's like there's a celebration. There's people that's going to be around you that you guys have your own cups, but are able to enjoy the nectar inside of them, right? Enjoy the sweetness that's inside of them simultaneously. The Empress, because you are focused on life. You're focused on yourself. You're focused on the fulfillment of things to come. Maybe even the things that you have now, not just looking forward in the future of like, what can I get? What am I going to do? Da, da, da. It's more of like enjoying the now, appreciating the achievements that you've made now, appreciating. And when I say achievements, I say that a lot in like a lot of videos, but that could be a multitude of things. It could be achievements at work. It could be achievements just within yourself, you feeling accomplished because you successfully, you know, did a task that you had a hard time doing before. Maybe it's like, you know, you started to be on top of making appointments for yourself. You're on top of, it could literally be little things here. It doesn't have to be like a massive giant thing. But ultimately, like all these little pieces is once you see the broader scheme of things, it's like when you see a puzzle piece, you don't think that it's useless, right? Just because it's an incomplete piece. No, you're going to see on the grand scheme of things, the picture. You're going to see a beautiful picture. And at the final end of it all, like it's going to be worth it because you put in the work and effort. Like you were, again, like you're not gonna fit a puzzle piece in a puzzle that it's not going to fit. Like it's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. So it's like you're very knowledgeable about what needs to go where, and that could also be. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Prince of Egypt. What was that song where he says, I'll put the lyric up. I'll put the lyric up if I find it. But it was something about like a tapestry. A thread doesn't know the beauty of a giant tapestry, like in the scale of its design, right? There's something here where you can't really fathom the scale of the beauty of your journey because you're only seeing things one piece at a time. But I think like looking back, you'll be able to reflect and be like, oh, wow, this happened how it was supposed to. Or I'm glad this, you know, whenever this blessing, this good news comes in, you're going to look back and be like, I'm so glad this is when it happened, because right now, again, you're in like this like spiritual test right now where spirit is really like seeing how you're able to move with the things going on in your life, the decisions that you're making. And if you're ready for this next stage, because like I said, you're kind of in this limbo area for some of you. But yeah, that's what I'm getting. Is there a final message I should know for the collective? Just one final advice from your spirit team, your spirit guides, angels, ancestors. Leave your usual social circles behind. Seek out true companions. Yeah. If you've been second guessing, or you've been feeling like maybe people and rise above the dark days of your life, do not fight them, but always have faith that the light will always return. The people around you could have definitely been manipulative. You may have people still in your ear that are trying to steer you on a different path, but for the most part, I think you guys have already kind of taken these people out. Like, they're no longer in your energy, and you're now just in that place of really finding your footing, being able to look at the painful parts of your past and actually sit with them. Because a lot of times it's hard to even just like reflect on those things, right? It can be difficult, but I think you're able to really, really learn from those. And now the decisions that you make are ones that are going to impact you in a better way for your future. Like, I just feel like you guys are making smarter moves, smarter decisions, healthier moves, healthier decisions, loving moves, loving decisions. Like, and it's all for your good. Spirit is doing this all so that you at the end, like, and when I say at the end of it, I don't want to put like a whole finality to it, but it's like once you get to the next chapter, the next level, or whatever it may be, it's like you're going to have a better picture of it. You know, like the puzzle is going to come together. You're going to be able to see it for how it is. And then you're like, okay, this is why it took a while. This is the work that was required to go into it. You know, this ain't no like 15-piece puzzle. This is like 1,000-piece puzzle. There's a lot of pieces to this that have to come together. A lot of work that you had to do. But ultimately, I think that you have the strength, you have the integrity, you have the intelligence to really continue with it. So you're not someone that is just going to repeat this cycle. That's why Spirit has you being the one to break this cycle. Yeah, you're definitely the like generational curse breaker. Like there's something here where you put a stop to something, a very hard stop. It was like a very hard stop. So that's what I get from you guys. Just know you guys ended it with the Empress. Like, this cup of nectar is yours. Like, it's yours to claim. It's yours to enjoy. It's yours to continue have refilled, you know. Like, there's so much abundance here. Look at the way that the trees, the foliage, the river, it's beautiful. Her wings are spread. You know, this is a really beautiful card here. Enjoying the fruit. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for you guys. I'm going to end it there. I hope this was helpful or entertaining at the very least. Yeah. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day, evening, wherever you're at. Stay healthy, hydrated, and blessed. And I hope you're treated as you treat others. Bye, guys. Thank you so much.